This is Tyler. We became friends in college and we've kept in touch ever since. See, Tyler's the type of guy to basically use whatever he has until it's literally broken. So when he decided he wanted to purchase an L-shaped standing desk, I realized this was a crucial decision. I'm the desk setup YouTuber, so I talked with a few standing desk brands, and I ended up choosing Vernal to sponsor this video, but more on them later. I knew his desk had to meet some requirements. It had to be an L-shaped standing desk, because that's just what he wants. It had to be stable at every height. It had to be of high build quality, and it had to have the latest features like anti-collision and decent cable management. Vernal claimed that they could meet these standards, so let's see if they're right. Now look, over the past 10 years, Tyler's actually accumulated some nicer stuff. A high-end gaming PC, a top-tier monitor, and the various accessories he needs to game or edit his YouTube videos. But clearly he was not prioritizing his desk. I mean, this thing is half broken and it's way too small. And look how he's mounting his microphone. I mean, this is just completely unacceptable. So Vernal sent out their Core 3 L-shaped standing desk for Tyler. We also got a few extra accessories, but we'll get to those later. Now, just so we're aware, the desk does come in a few different configurations. You can customize the desktop and the frame color, and also choose the size and the orientation of your desk. So we went with the walnut laminate option with a black frame and chose the 71 by 59 inch right-oriented desk. So look, if you're in the market for this desk, there are a few things that I want to note about the assembly process. First of all, the instructions are pretty straightforward. Tyler and I aren't exactly mechanically gifted, but we didn't have any issue following along. The desktop comes in 3 separate parts that attach together. Initially, I was a bit nervous about the stability of that kind of infrastructure, but they're held together by wooden dowels, metal crossbars, and more screws than you can count. This was one of the many times that during the assembly process, I was firsthand experiencing the high build quality that Vernal provides. Another important thing to note is that you absolutely need at least 2 people to assemble this thing. In fact, Vernal recommends 3, probably because flipping the desk over is a bit sketchy with just 2 people. But honestly, besides that part of the process, having 2 people will make things infinitely easier than just 1. I've assembled desks by myself, and it's much better with some company, for your mental sanity and for your safety. Also, we ended up using a provided panel to hide a bunch of the cables from the desk and also some accessories. Vernal actually provides an option for a separate cable management tray, which I'd highly recommend for something a bit easier. But even if you don't get it, we found cable management to be very manageable in the end. And finally, please do yourself a favor and get Vernal's casters. I have casters on my own standing desk, and they're a must-have in my opinion for everyone. It just makes things so much easier when you have to move your desk around for any reason, and since they lock in place, I've seen no noticeable decline in stability. So after a couple of hours, we flipped the desk over, pushed it into its proper corner, and started placing everything on the desk. Okay, quick aside, because Vernal actually sent over something I wasn't expecting. Most desk brands slap 30,000 cycles tested on a spec sheet and call it a day. Vernal published a 60-page test report, like actual data. The stuff that stood out to me: this thing is rated for 353 pounds, and they verified that under load, it still lifts at over 40 millimeters per second, and it stays under 50 decibels, which is quieter than a normal conversation. Plus, these features have been independently verified by 3 separate test labs. One of their lab units has now done 30,000 full lift cycles and is still going. For context, if you sit stand 4 times a day, that's about 20 years of use. But before we do the final reveal, there's one more thing we have to cover here: accessories. Vernal provides all sorts of desk accessories like a drawer, desk shelf, or the cable management tray that we mentioned earlier. Tyler chose to get the desk casters at my recommendation, but he also got 2 other accessories that are absolutely crucial to his setup. The first was Vernal's CPU holder. This thing provides a way to keep your PC attached directly to your desk so that you can raise and lower it without worrying about stretching any cables. But it also keeps your tower tucked out of the way so it doesn't take up any room on the desk space. Assembling this thing was actually really straightforward, and the computer feels solid once finished. Tyler also got Vernal's file cabinet. This comes complete with wheels on the bottom, a built-in soft close mechanism for the drawers, and a locked drawer at the bottom for security. What's more, it matches the desk, so all put together, Tyler has a place to store spare accessories, papers, or anything else in a way that's secure, flexible, and on theme. So I want to cover some features of the desk itself now that it's all assembled. The first thing to cover is the space. Tyler's old desk was obviously too small, and I bet a lot of you suffer from the same issue. Now he has a space that can comfortably hold all of his gaming gear and provide a separate workspace as well. Of course, the laminate walnut looks great and it feels incredibly solid as well. Neither of us had any worry about the desk's longevity as soon as we saw it in person. The base is solid metal, the motors are efficient and quiet, and the addition of 3 presets for your standing or sitting heights is a must-have for any standing desk in 2026. There are a few things that make this desk truly stand out though. First is the lifting capacity. Now, this is a stat that on first glance doesn't seem to matter all that much. After all, who is ever going to put over 300 pounds on their desk? And true, most of the time you won't have that much weight. But the higher a desk's tolerance rating, the longer its motor will last under normal load. The industrial grade power behind the desk itself is a feature that can't be understated, and once it's still holding up in 10 years, you'll thank yourself. Of course, something else to mention is the desk's stability. The last thing you want is your desk to be shaking ever so slightly if you lean up against it or type. But because this desk has 3 main contact points with the ground instead of just 2, it stays rock solid at sitting and standing height. So it doesn't matter if you decide to lean against your desk while you're working, or if you're just a really aggressive user, Vernal's got you taken care of. Cable management I think ended up pretty good, all things considered. I'm certainly not an expert, but especially with an accessory like the cable management tray or their cable management kit, you'll make wires invisible in no time. And finally, the desk comes with built-in anti-collision protection, so if it runs into something on its way up or down, it'll just stop. That way you won't end up damaging your chair, another part of your setup, or even yourself. Tyler now is proud to call his desk his own. Instead of being limited and cramped, his desk is large, flexible, and reliable. And I know so many of you watching this video could benefit from a similar investment. It's time to stop settling for working at a space that holds you back. The psychological and physical benefits from sitting down to a workspace that's inviting are just unmatched. It's easy to feel like you're doing the responsible thing by working with what you have, but in reality, a desk can be a lifelong investment that more than pays for the initial investment over time. I've tested quite a few desks in my day, and Vernal legitimately impressed me with their Core 3 L-shaped standing desk. So 2 things. If you're interested in purchasing this desk for yourself, you can use my affiliate links down below in the description. You get a small discount off your purchase, and it helps support the channel. Second, if you're interested in checking out Tyler's YouTube channel, that link is in the description as well. He's a former top 0.08% PUBG player, and he posts Battle Royale videos focused on elevating your game through strategy. So if you're in the market to upgrade your desk experience, don't get the wrong standing desk and waste your hard-earned money. Go with Vernal and enjoy stability, build quality, accessorization, and features that will last you for years to come.